let's start with the most obvious question I can ask you, obviously. But you know, what were the prospects that came through your mind when you were gonna, you know, do a remake of not one but two legendary films?
I tell you something. Actually, it had more. It's much more to do with Seven Samurai. When Antoine talked to me and then talked to Chris, he got me excited by what he remembered from Seven Samurai. Exactly. He got me excited by watching westerns with his grandmother and what they meant to him and how that made him want to be a cowboy, make him want to be a filmmaker. So it wasn't as much, oh, they did one before. It's not like I looked at that one and said I wanted to do this one. And it had less to do with the other version of Magnificent Seven and more to do with the Seven Samurai, for me, anyway.
Oh yeah, Kurosawa all the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What I found quite exciting is that it's the right time to do this story because it is the day and age where the anti-hero is more interesting to the audiences than they used to be. We don't want perfect heroes anymore. We want relatable characters, don't we?
Right, that's right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And that's one of the these characters being, you know, not so black and white and a little more morally ambiguous, I think really is relevant to today. You know, I think that's the kind of, that we do like anti-heroes as much as our heroes. And we forgive, like these men learn to forgive themselves, you know, people who do bad things when they, you know, they redeem themselves.
I was thinking if you want to do an ensemble movie, better do a Western. There's nothing more perfect as a genre for ensembles, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Denzel, you were going to say something.
No, I was just going to say, you know, I work from the inside out. So things like ensembles and past films and all those kind of things, that has more to do with the filmmaker's vision. I don't look outside in and I don't go, oh, we're an ensemble, oh, we're the, you know, I'm like, okay, who am I? What am I playing? What am I supposed to bring to it? And who are these people and why are we doing what we're doing?
Horse riding was a very big part of this film, and so was having all sorts of mustaches and beards.
Did you like Haley's?
Haley's had a fantastic mustache.
Yeah.
She was perfect makeup. No, maybe natural.
A decent beard too. I don't even know what that means.
So for both of you guys, who was the, you know, keenest horse rider?
Man, Denzel was pretty good.
Yeah, and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, Vincent. Yeah,
am I saying it right? Is it D'Onofrio or
Yeah, D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio. I saw him take off one day. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, he can really ride.
He can really ride.
And Martin, who played Brad Harvest, he rode bareback. He's pretty good. Manuel has horses and he rides a lot. Basically everyone but me.
How was BH? I don't remember him riding that much.
Yeah, I don't remember him riding that much either.
I don't remember him, come to think of it.
Yeah.
And the mustache?
The best mustache?
Were you happy to be rid of it, basically? Well, obviously, Chris, not quite yet.
Oh, with the facial hair, yeah, that did all the work for me. Yeah, I didn't have to act. I just let my mustache do all the work.
Vincent and Ethan looked the most uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They had the most gear on, the most clothes on, and the most hair and beards, and no, you and I were neck and neck for the sweating contest.
Man, yeah, but yours was all black. Black vest, black shirt, black hat.
Black man, black boots.
Sweating,
black socks. Did you, how many shirts was a day for you?
I'd go up to 5, I think, one day.
5 shirt day, 6 shirt day.
You'd sweat right through your clothes. Yeah.
It wasn't the kind of comfortable shoot where, you know, everybody was like kind of easy peasy.
They didn't have to come in and ever add sweat to anybody, and that's for sure. But I think that's what Antoine really wanted. He wanted this to look like, you know, not polished. You know, these are men who don't get to shower that often, who are covered in dirt and grime and sweat, and you know, that's authentic. When you see us and we're covered in dirt and grime and sweat, we earn that by getting hot and having dust stuck to our face.
That sounds like a lovely prospect. Well, I'm going to start a ping pong interview. Denzel, first of all, you've won 2 Oscars. You've been nominated 6 times. What's your favorite Oscar moment?
Oh, you mean, I I don't know. You mean with me or with somebody else?
No,
or?
for you in your experience.
Oh, for me, I you know. Oh, okay. No, I'll change that. Looking up and seeing Sidney Poitier standing there looking back at me, and he got an honorary Oscar that night, and I got one, and we kind of did an Oscar toast. That was a powerful moment for me. And then being in the gym the next morning, it's like, okay, been there, did that. Let's go.
Back to work.
Back to work.
I watched that moment live. It was
Yeah,
great.
that was
I
it,
remember
and it was
very well.
spontaneous.
Yeah, it was
It was
really great.
just as spontaneous because he stood up and he went like that, and I was like, oh man, Sidney.
It was a great Oscar year, a very heartfelt.
That's awesome.
It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I mean, don't get no better than that.
That's true. Chris, how exciting was it for you to be in a film with Denzel, capital D?
Oh man, Denzel, capital D.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
The Denzel.
Oh man, it was a thrill. It's a thrill. You know, this is a trade, and you know, if you're smart, you apprentice with masters if you can, and you know, being able to work on this movie, I had my eyes and ears open the whole time. I just prayed every day that I'd learn something, and you know, it was a real thrill. And it's exciting when you meet somebody and they're, you know, they live up to and defy the expectations you may have of them. Because I knew Denzel long before he knew me, but I didn't really know Denzel. I knew his body of work. I knew the characters he played, but it was a pleasure getting to get to know him as well.
Great answer. What do you usually give in terms of advice about fame to fellow actors?
I try not to. It is fleeting. We've talked a bit, you know, to stay humble, to understand that the work is the most important thing. That is not the most, well, wait a minute, to understand that the work is important. The work is making a living, you know, but it's not life. Your family, your wife, your children, you know, your home, your faith, those are the most important things, your humility. And in some cases, that's, you know, I might say, you know, learn from my mistakes. You know, I could tell you some of the holes I fell in, you know, and the way I got out of them, and you know, because there's only a few guys in our position, you know, so it's a pyramid, you know. It's hard to get up there, and it's hard when you get there, you know, and there's not a lot of people up there, you know. So when you meet some that are there, you know, you just try to share what you know, and you know, it's more like being like a dad. It's more like being like a dad for me with this one over here.
What did you learn from the, you know, success
Or an older brother.
Yes, exactly. I was gonna say, you know, just
older brother.
Well, just
switch that
brother.
dad. Get off that dad stuff. Yeah, older brother. Older brother. I mean, yeah, younger brother. Yeah, younger brother.
What
did you learn from the success of Guardians of the Galaxy that came, you know, there must have been a shift in fame for you.
Yeah, but I don't think that doesn't really. What I've learned is that you don't. It doesn't change you unless you let it. You know, and the world around you changes, but you don't really change. Like, you know, I'm not any different now than I ever was. I just seem bigger because I'm closer to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
More close.
I like that.
It's like a star in the sky. You know, the sun looks a lot bigger than the stars in the sky, but you know, it's just closer up. And so I haven't changed. I'm still the same person I always was. I just happen to be a little closer.
Closer.
Dang.
What keeps your fire burning when you know, you choose a role and you get excited about it?
I was telling someone earlier, I talked to Norman Jewison, who's 90 years old now, and he was talking about the possibility of getting a film produced and the frustration that he was having with getting it made. I said, man, at 90, you know, we got a great job, you know, and we can do it as long as we want to or are allowed to. But there's so many possibilities. There's that next hill to go over, and who's over there, and who do you want to work with, who do you want to learn from, who do you want to share with, and then you never know what touches people. You know, some of the films that I hated the most that I did. Someone says, no, that's my favorite. Because what you did changed my life. I was like, oh, yeah, right. It isn't all about me.
That's true.
The films belong to the people. And if nothing else, then to be able to, for a couple of hours, to get their minds off of their troubles or their problems, or to escape, you know, to get some popcorn and say, hey, go get them, Chris. Yeah, the Ethan, that's me. Go, yeah, you know. And
super exciting.
yeah, it don't get no better than that, really. And they pay you.
And it's always new, so it's always
Yeah.
great. She wants me to leave, but I
Oh,
don't
you're
know.
getting all misty-eyed over here.
Yes, I am. I'm so interested to talk to you guys. Just wanted to know about Passenger and Fences. That's it. That's my last question.
Fences, Christmas Day. Viola Davis, Stephen Henderson, Michael T. Williamson, Joanna Depo, Russell Hornsby, and Sanaya Sidney. Great performances. You know, Christmas Day.
Passengers? Earlier than that?
Yep, and that's me and Jennifer Lawrence, and I'm really excited about it. It's one of the best scripts I've ever read, and
Who directed it?
Morton Tildum,
Oh,
who's
okay. Imitation Game?
Imitation Game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and you know, I'm thrilled for people to see it. We shot it right after we wrapped production on Mag 7. I went right into that one, and you know, there's another job I'm really grateful for and proud of.